choose to do so.
I wasn't making six figures when I got with my wife. So, and because we was young, I was like, what, 22, 23,
20,
you know?
Yeah.
So
25 or something.
Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure, you know what I mean, we have realistic standards, but we got to make sure we're doing our job as men. So
Makeda, you are married. Now, that video was speaking about guys who are lazy, basically. Before you got married to your husband, was he the type of guy that was lazy that you had to help him get off the couch, or was he showing himself that he was a man for you?
Oh, my phones will show that he was the man. From the day I met him, I saw that he was determined and he was going somewhere. Nice. He was always studying, doing his schoolwork. When he was done with school, he got a job right away. He was always trying to make sure that he was going to progress. Mm-hmm. So I saw that, and I saw that as a good husband, a good father, a good provider, just everything.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. So, I just wanted to share that. I know we talk about a lot of women on this channel, and it's because I am a female, so I like to reach my females to make sure
your tribe,
just because I see a lot of things, where we can do better. So that's most of my content, but I want to make sure that, especially when James is here now, I want to make sure that I bring in that. For the, the guys who are not in a relationship, could be due to, let's say, if you are on the couch and you're not, willing to succeed, or you don't have the ambition to get up, before you have a family, you want to make sure that your finances are in order. It does not have to be six figures. You just want to make sure that you could pay your bills on time, you're not late, and then you're confident. You want something in life. So I just wanted to, have some insight on that. Anything else you want to say about it?
Yeah, also too. So you got to make sure, like, I remember like reading the scriptures, and this was kind of helped me too.
He just brought a scripture too.
Being a man, I was a scripture talking about how can he expect us to lead the congregation when you can't lead your own house? So when I read that at like 19 years old, that kind of like put the thing in my head, like, okay, I need to be making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do so I can lead my household and stuff. And that kind of helped me out too. So now I took the tools that I see my dad, my stepdad doing, and what they taught me. And then now I said, hey, I got to do this more. I got to do this more. And also too, I would say this to a lot of men. Yeah, we got to be more confident. We got to be more sure of ourselves. We got to make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. So we can, change a lot of this foolishness going on in our community. So
that's right. All right. So let me.
We got Hustler. Okay. Hustler, if you want. Hustler, you want to chime in on this?
His video, yeah.
What is that? I see Wendy Williams, but what's that about?
Oh, okay. It was Myron talking about men need to step up to basically stop being on the couch. Make sure you're doing something what you're supposed to do to make sure you becoming a man.
Oh, okay. I saw that bit of it. And he's right. We do need to step up. But the thing is, we need to step up for our damn selves, not for female validation. A wise man once told me, be the best version of yourself for yourself and not for female validation. That's the way it needs to be. Put the women last and put yourself first. That's the way it needs to be.
I appreciate that.
Yes, bro. Thank you for sharing that. Just Real says, can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Mm-hmm. Proverbs 6:27.
Facts.
Yes.
Hey man, you got them scriptures, man. People be sleeping on them scriptures, man. For real. Like, get deep into it. And I'm not talking about just going to church. I'm talking about actually reading the Bible, getting deep into the scriptures. You'll learn a lot.
What's up, Sir Hale?
What's up, brother? Hey, congrats, man. I think he had 70,000 views. I had like his post. Hey, congrats.
Oh, man. I didn't see the post, but I know you be hitting them views hard though. I be seeing you. I know you probably busy, but if you ever want to join in our live one day, today or next, we go live every Saturday. So if you ever want to hop in and join the stream, please let us know. But we do have the link at the top. Thanks for being here. Thank you. You guys go follow him too. He goes lives on, I know for sure on Sundays and some other days he go live. So definitely check his channel out. He is a relationship guru as well. What's up? Setting the record straight. What's up? Thanks for being here. Thank you so much. All right. So
what's up, Eugene?
Yes, you too. I love your videos. Yes. All right, so let's get into it.
Sandwich. You make daddy a sandwich. Most of the time. No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
you punch him in the face.
You want me to smack him in his mouth, right?
That's right.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
so. You make daddy a sandwich.
I think.
What y'all think about that?
I mean, it's so making a guy a sandwich. That's just like one of the things. You know, there are females that are like, I'm not making anything. So I'm gonna ask Makeda first. What do you think about that? Make your man a sandwich.
I make Alfonso more than a sandwich.
But
when he comes home, there's always something for him to eat.
Before you got married, though.
Before I got married,
if he said make him a sandwich, would you have done it?
I don't think we would have been in a position for me to make him a sandwich because while we were dating, you know, it was let's go out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
That makes sense.
But now you're like, yeah, I give him more than that sandwich. So, but I asked that because not all married women make their man plates. Because that's the whole point, you know, the whole point of it, just making him a plate. I see women, they're like, I'm not doing that. They married saying that they're not doing it. So you, as a married woman, what do you saying you give him more than that? Okay.
Yeah, I would. And as we're dating too, like, you know, if he asks me to make him something, I don't mind. I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Exactly. Like
why wouldn't you mind? Can you give insight on why it doesn't bother you? Because we're trying to give a tip to the ones who feel like I'm not doing that. Why do you feel like it doesn't bother you to do it?
I mean, if a person asks me to do something and, you know, it's not hindering me or I don't know, like, if I was to ask the same thing, I'm sure he would do it. So why not?
Okay.
If he's coming home from work and he's hungry and tired and he wants something to eat and asks me to make a sandwich, I'm gonna make him a sandwich.
But see, you're tired too. So now what?
Take some Red Bull.
I'm still make the sandwich. It's okay.
I know you do, but I had to ask because I'm tired too, you know. So
yeah. Hey, Makeda, you play sports growing up?
Yeah, I did. I ran track all 4 years.
Hey, yo, we own to something, yo. I think that's the mark.
I don't know if you heard James say, like, the tip is find a lady who plays sports because we know how to be disciplined. We know how to listen because we played sports. So
plus they're athletic, they look good in skimpy clothes, and they don't get tired that easily.
Oh yeah.
I bet you look good in them yoga pants.
I'm done.
But yo, man, no, like I, honestly, like this is to us is like something simple because like say if you say, hey, go, you know what I mean, can you go put air in the tires or something like that? We're not gonna be like, no, I'm not. No, we're just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Oh, baby want me, like I had to do this the other day. I'm out there hopping with 1 foot because I got a cast on putting air in the tire. You know what I'm saying? Because she was scared that the tires was gonna she was driving.
I was just driving to the store and I was too far and I'm like, I don't want to be stranded on the road. He's already handicapped right now, so it's like Frenchie said you was dodging the question, but you answered it. I pulled it out of you. Just Rule says fire talks tonight, much energy. What up, Mandrell? I got the link at the top if you want to join if you have time. Truth One Emotions, thanks for being here again. Make daddy a sandwich as part of the deal. When did the roast stop?
Yeah, facts, man. I like that. He got that Philly beard. I see you, brother. Hey, man.
They stopped 30 years ago.
You said what's up?
That roast stopped nearly 30 years ago.
Yep, sir. You're 100% right. Exactly.
And it only got worse as we entered the 2000s with social media and dating apps. Golly.
yeah, man.
So
we can turn it around though. We just kind of like the married couples got to kind of start talking more, kind of coming out and like give hope. You know what I mean? Because we only see negative. So you only see negative. You always going to think, okay, everything is trash. Everybody is bad. Everything is good out there. Right. Right. Like when they see my wife, they're like, dang, she a diamond in the rough. But it's other women that's like that. But it's just like they
married.
Or they married and they just have like
stop.
We were just like chilling for like the last we've been married for like 6-7 years now. So it's like we just been kind of like chilling.
Makeda's been married, and she's been with her guy for a while too. But
exactly.
she's not on here.
Yeah, 13 years.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? 13 years, been rocking, you know what I'm saying? So
but she's not on here. Not everybody's gonna be on here. So what you gotta do is in your community, just talk more, ask people, about, are you married, single, whatever, and just like start seeking information. She doesn't have to be on here to promote or give insight. It's just that we're not even us doing our part where we live at. She's around many of women. Do they ask her about, oh, you're married, I love your family, how do you keep it up? I bet you they're not asking her. Makeda, they asking you?
They asking me how they can find a man like mine. And...
but not how do you keep your man? See, because you can find a man like yours, and then they're gonna lose him. Exactly. So see, that's the wrong question.
And I bet they had a man like yours, right? Like a good guy. And they lost him because they didn't know how to keep him. Now they trying to get that guy back, and then when they lose him again, they're gonna be coming back to you. All right, girl, how you make that sandwich again? Like,
right. So just make sure you put in your work too. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Frenchie got me, man.
All right.
I'm 2-0 right now.
Okay. What's up, Wife School podcast? You guys check her out. I think she is new to social media, so check her out. Frenchie says you can still find agreeable women. As a man, you have to work and leveling up your own perspective and focus on what you're oiling. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, so let's get back into the. Oh, I didn't share my insight real quick. So
I think he added it. Looking for so you can find what you need. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is true. So real quick, making a sandwich means making a plate. So how I look at it is, this is my husband. So this is not a roommate. This is not a friend. This is not none of that. This is someone who I want to share my life with, right? So me sharing my life is me sharing the things. Let's say I like to cook. I like to do those things. Me making him a plate is just showing him honor and respect, because I don't give place to nobody else. Maybe my dad, but I don't give place to nobody else. So it's different. When you're married, you're like, okay, well, let me make this different. Let me make this special, because you're not going to do this for, you can do it for a friend, but you're not. You're going to do it for the person that you find special, which is the one you said I do. So look at it as that. So that's all I want to say about
that story. What happened?
Real quick about the story. So there was a time where I actually made James a plate in front of everybody. It wasn't even like that. We were at a party, and there was some, I think it was like some treats that he would like that they normally don't have at this party.
There's a lot of older women there too.
At this party. So I made sure that, oh, wow, they're making this. I know James likes it. So in my brain, I automatically thought about him. So I was like, let me put this on a plate. I handed it over to him, and then I walked away, just, doing what I normally would do. So then when I came out with the plate, they were like, oh my gosh, you made me look bad. And I'm like, come again? What are you talking about? They're like, oh, you just gave him a plate. Now I gotta go give mine, because everybody was married in there. Now I gotta go give my husband a plate. And I'm like, but why are you looking at me like we in competition? Like, if you want to give your man a plate, go give him. If you don't, you don't. I don't see why I'm making you look bad. So, sometimes the nice things that we do as ladies, we get shamed for. How I'm getting shamed and I'm married. It was weird to me. Yeah. But that's just the short story. Now, moving on.
If he wants a sandwich,
you make daddy a sandwich.
Most of the time.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you.
This is what I'm gonna say. The crazy thing is she trying to go against it, saying most of the time, but she know doggone well in her house she probably was doing that. Like it wasn't nothing. So
yeah, right. Oh wait, I just want to address before we move on. Yeah, exactly, you guys. Exactly.
Do this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
You punch him in the face.
you want me to smack him in his mouth,
Yep,
right?
that's right.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
So you make daddy a sandwich.
I think
Having sex once every 4 months, something like that. It's very hard. There's no intimacy. I go out one of my
Maybe
friends.
she didn't like the dick. Is that how it was in the beginning?
I never cheated with her. No.
So in the beginning, y'all were intimate all the time, and then it stopped.
And things were happening, and I kept trying to talk to her, and she got very cold. Now she was going through a lot of depression. She was going through a lot of issues. I would come home and she'd be in the living room with a sheet over, just at daylight, and the lights out. And she's sitting there.
And you think she want to?
Bro, this is years.
Selfish as fuck, bro.
So how long am I supposed to suffer in a relationship?
Number one, if it was years. Pause. Number one, if it was years. Number one, you had the choice to leave. Number two, you had the choice to help her heal. Maybe suggesting therapy, maybe suggesting medication or whatever. Why you ain't just leave? Because you
it's
was just
my
gonna make
house.
it.
You want me to kick out a girl that's depressed, and I'm in love with her?
But you're cheating on her. Right.
I got my dick sucked one time.
Your cousin, but you can stay here.
I'm not gonna make you homeless and shit.
Because he would be the bad guy if he kicked her out too. Keep it G.
Come on.
If he said nah, like keep it G. If he said he kicked her out because she was depressed and not giving him no box, y'all would be booing that.
But you talked about capacity.
It was no right. I think also.
All right, so real quick, because I know that was like
What was that about?
very fast. All right, so he was saying that he had a girl that
His wife.
They only had sex once every 4 months. I think he was being dramatic, but he said once every 4 months. It came to a point where he's like fed up because he has to get his off, right? But there was a time where he walked in and she looked depressed. She was wrapped up in a blanket in the daytime and just was sitting there doing nothing. So, he's just like, it's been 4 months. When are we going to do something? Because I don't want to cheat on you. I want to, have sex with you. But you still, something's wrong with you. Now, obviously, it seems like the guy does not know how to deal with anyone that has depression. So he's just like, all right, 4 months, come on, we got to have sex because I don't want to step out. So the ladies in the video were basically stating that why would she want to have sex with you when she's depressed? You suggest therapy, right?
Or leave.
Or this is the options they said: suggest therapy or leave her, right? So you're leaving somebody because they're depressed. That's what one lady said. Why would you leave her because she's depressed? And then he's basically saying he'll cheat on her instead. So she's like, why would you cheat on her while she's depressed? So then they're like, okay, well, why would I leave her? So it was just a back and forth situation on what should a man do. And there was no win.
Yeah.
There was,
yeah. Yeah.
He was screwed either way because if he left her, then they would have said, you're leaving her because she's depressed. Why would you do that? Mm-hmm. And then if you cheat on her, you're saying, oh, you cheated on her. Why would you do that? Yep. So, I mean, what's the middle part to it? He should have just be sex deprived or take care of it himself. What should he have done?
Honestly, if I was in that situation, right, I would be kind of like, you have to be real with people that's depressed, right? Like, honestly, you got to give like better context, because we depressed and we got AC. We depressed. She got a blanket over her head. It's people with no food. It's people with no shoes. It's people that's going through all type of stuff. And we got the nerve over here to be depressed. We kind of got to like look at our how we living and look at what's going on in America and all the advantages that we have and be thankful for it. Right. So she has to kind of be like realistic with herself and say, hey, I need to go get these issues fixed because my husband got needs. It's not about me right now. It's about everybody else. And I think I think with her being depressed like that and not fulfilling her husband's needs, actually sex makes you feel better, right? So you basically just said, hey, I want to feel bad. I'm gonna do whatever so I can feel bad right now, because if you can have sex to feel better, you can work out to feel better, you can do a lot of other things that put you in a better situation, a better headspace. But she just want to sit down there and do nothing. And then now she's gonna leave her husband stranded. And then now if he go cheat, he the bad guy. If you kick her out and leave her, he the bad guy. And women giving advice like that, I think that's basically toxic too as well, because you gonna tell a man to leave his wife. Like, You know what I mean? It's not a lot of women that's wives now. So why would you just say, oh, just leave her, just make her like the majority? No, get her help and just be realistic, be real with her. Talk to her and get her out of that funk. She got to understand she's in a good marriage and she's in a good space right now. So that's what I would have did.
I got a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay, now I understand she was depressed or upset. Now, did she even bother to open up to this man about whatever she was going through? Or did she just or did she just crawl into some dark corner and stay there without saying anything?
The second part, she did not let him know anything. He didn't even know. He just thought she was depressed because how she was looking. That was it.
And there's your problem. Lack of communication. There's your problem.
Yeah.
What would you do, Makeda, in this situation?
So, okay. For him to say like, well, there's your problem. Well, obviously, if you see that something is wrong, then of course you can say something too. And I kind of don't agree with you, James, on when you're like, oh, we got food, we got water, something to get over with. So I'm going to talk from experience now because I've never been depressed until I had my baby.
Oh, that's different.
Postpartum depression.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah. Postpartum depression hit me out of nowhere. And I never in my life thought I would ever be in that type of situation because I'm like, I can control my own mind. Like, I got this. But it hit me in a way like I never thought it would. And at first I thought something was wrong with me until I talked to my mom. And then I realized that she went through the same thing that I did. And if it was not for my husband, I don't know where I would be, but he helped me to get out of it. Exactly. Like, he helped me to get the counseling. He helped me to start back working out. Like, exercising does help. Basically talking to people and him just being strong and there for me. So a lot of people don't think depression is real, but you can't really say it until you've been through it.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, so that's what I said at the beginning. Like, you kind of got to talk to her and tell her, like, hey, do things to get out of the situation. Like with my wife, right? When she had our kids, she was going through depression too, because that's how I know it's real, right? So, but I had to she was like working.
It's more anxiety.
Yeah, it was like, but no, that was depression. It would have turned into depression.
But it didn't. It was anxiety.
But it would have. So I had to I seen what was going on, kind of like how your husband did. And I'm like, hey, baby, you got to chill out. Like, she wasn't sleeping like how she normally was. She was like up. I'm like, baby, take a break. She's like, no, I got to do this. I'm like, baby, go take a break. Like, no. I'm like, baby, go take a break. And I had to take everything from her. So I totally agree. But that's what I'm saying. You got to do things so they can understand not to be in that depressed state. So just like he got you out of that depressed state, that's what I'm talking about.
But that's y'all. The guy in this video is not interested to do that. So we talking about guys like that. So what about him? Because if she's not communicating and then he's not even willing to see what the hell is wrong with her, now what? Or did he? But he didn't say he did. He kind of skipped over. He skipped over the depression.
But it's a short clip, so he probably went into it more in depth. Like, a guy just not gonna sit there and watch his wife be depressed. I don't, unless he's heartless and don't care about him, and that's rarely. Most guys not gonna marry a woman if they don't care about him, because it's too much. Like Hustler was said earlier, it's too much risk in getting married anyway. So no, guy's just not gonna get married willy nilly. So he's gonna have some type of care for that woman. So he's not gonna want to see his woman depressed like that.
So she probably just wasn't listening. So bad communication. Still. Yeah.
So see, Makeda, you've been coached before, so you kind of already, and you went to a high level too, right? With track. So a lot of people don't get that training and don't get that that coach, because what he's doing is trying to make you better. It's not like an attack mode on you, right? So you're more willing to take it in. But some women are just like, I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care. I'm gonna stay here. This is where I want to be at, type deal. So yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, he could have been like, yeah, I'll make you feel better. Let's do something. And he could have put in work, but she was like, nah. So now let's see. Here we go. Frenchie says, yeah, dude would have decided on if he was going to commit to helping her and whatever that would look like, or if he was going to dip and deal with the blowback from it. Right. I wonder what the ultimately decided to do. Yeah. I don't know. What's up, Bobby? How are you doing?
What's up? He said blue Exodus.
Oh, I see you added stuff to your name.
Shout out to Bobby Wright.
Right? Exactly. Always here. The man was in a jam.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. It's a rough situation to be in, but you got to put the work in.
Yeah. Just Ruth says marriage under the principles of the Most High God will combat any potential temptations. Trust in the Lord at all times.
Facts.
Watchku says he should go to therapy with her. Yeah, see what's going on.
Yeah, hopefully she would have went.
Well, it seems like she ain't going nowhere. Yeah. She wants to stay under the blanket.
Yeah, it's like she wanted to be depressed.
Yeah. Some people want to have others feel sorry for them, which is another sign of like something's wrong. You don't want nobody to feel sorry for you. So gotcha. Jones Boy 804 says they would have burnt him up on that stage if he would have said that he left her during her depression.
Yeah, facts. Because that would have made her more depressed.
Yeah, he's supposed to work it out with her and hold her hand through it. There you go. If you commit to your wife, that includes the good and the bad. Facts. There you go.
Sickness and the health.
There you go.
That's what we're talking about. Sickness and health. Yeah.
Men in general are not monsters.
Yeah, facts. Thank you.
Salute to your man, Makeda. Thank you all for commenting.
At least not those kind of monsters.
Right? D says, dang, I didn't know women go through that after pregnancy. Yeah,
man. It's
postpartum depression is like top. Yes.
And I was ready for it too. So you gotta make sure as men as well, once you do get a wife and start again, y'all start having babies, be prepared for it. And you're gonna have to tell her, like, hey, you gotta slow down, especially if it's that first one. Because they're gonna want to do everything for the child, make sure everything is taken care of. Like I promise, she was like researching, read 100 books, just trying to make sure everything was in line for this child came out. So you kind of gotta like slow them down and be like, hey, it's okay. You know what I mean? So that's the good thing about being a man in the house, to kind of see those things, to kind of like level set it, right? Because you seen them before they had a child, and then you see them after they have a child, and you see the difference. So you as the man should say, okay, this is not my wife. They might get a little attitude sometimes, but you know what I mean? But you kind of like, hey, it's okay. You know what I mean? Just go relax, chill out. You know what I mean? Have more patience around that time. So.
Right, exactly. Frankie says, sounds good. Just okay. You guys are responding to each other. What's up, Fat Boy for Life? Thanks for being here. As always, thank you so much. All right, so let's get back into the video. Oh, so the next video I'm gonna play was a cameo. They featured me into it. I was at one of the events 2 months ago. So
it's easy to fear marriage because we've made it a personal goal and not a God-ordained thing. When you talking about like matrimony, when you talking about my assigned partner, ain't to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Like, are there gonna be moments where we have our tough times and things like that? Of course, but I was covered before you got here. This is much larger than me. There's a much larger assignment that our parent is supposed to complete. You feel me? So when we talking about, just be scared because they want to get married for the status symbol. Yeah. And so when you start to have rocky times in a marriage that you got for status, y'all don't look that good. And I'm afraid to be out here married and going through it. I think also it's easy to.
So yeah, now I played that because I've been getting tagged so much. Like, oh my God, that's you. Is that you? So yeah, it was me. That was me in the clip. I was there. Shout out to Mr. Let Go for making that happen. It was in my town. They tonight's conversation, they have a tour. They had a tour going on back then, and they have a tour going on now. So definitely check them out. Very great podcast, great Ace, great. Everything that they're doing is, bring in more positivity into the relationship dating world. So definitely check them out. Yes, it was clipped. Yep. I was tagged in that. So I was like, yeah, I got to share. So it was definitely fun. Do you want to talk about what he said real quick or no?
No, it's facts. Like, honestly, like a lot of people just want to kind of get married for the ring or the wedding rather than the actual work in the relationship. And just like I said earlier, once you can continue to do the same things and you understand how to make your partner happy, everything, the relationship starts to get easy because you already know, what parameters you're supposed to be in and how things supposed to look. So, hey, I take care of these things, you take care of those things, right? And then say if you slipping up on those things, I'll probably tell you whatever, but I'm gonna be respectful when I tell you. And then if you show the same respect both ways, you have you get by, because sometimes you're gonna slip too. So you ain't gonna want the other person to come and be like, hey, well, you supposed to do blah 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 blah, right? You know what I'm saying? So now, you know what I mean, you and your feelings, or he and his feelings. So we ain't got time for that. We got bigger things that we got to accomplish. We trying to build business. We trying to build legacy. We trying to build families, strong families. We don't got time for all that BS right now. So
right. So let me play another clip. Now this is like a comedy, but it's real. It's truth to what they're saying. So listen to this.
I, Danielle, take you, Zeus, to be my lawfully wedded financial supporter. I vow to stress you the fuck out and eat off your plate for the rest of our lives. I will go through your phone in sickness and in health and accuse you of cheating whether I've found proof or not. I promise to gain weight and let myself go until you no longer want to stick your penis inside of me. When times get rough between us, I will complain more and listen less, never pray about it, and make us both look stupid by airing all of our business on Facebook. And even though I got pregnant on purpose to trap you into marrying me, I still won't tell you about all the guys I let slut me out. I vow to love you for the rest of my life and never, ever leave you. As long as you don't lose your good-paying job with benefits, or I'll leave you for someone with good dick and money. I love you. I, Danielle.
He cried.
Well then.
Are you serious? Is that how we interpret marriages in this day and age? Because if that's the case, this is sad. That's just plain sad.
Oh
yeah. So I mean, there is truth to some people thinking like that, because the thing is, that's what ends up happening, and not all cases, but some cases is like that. What she said was kind of valid. Because what they say, the number one reason why there's divorce is because of financial reasons. So she's gonna leave him for, you know, good D and money. So was she lying? Now, this was just to show, like, don't do this. This is like a example of what not to do. Do not marry someone and think like that. If you think like that, you're gonna get divorced quicker than you got married. Even if you have kids, you don't want that lifestyle. Makeda, what you think about that clip?
That was very interesting. For one. I don't know. That was just a lot to take in. I feel like that's what a lot of women are really thinking nowadays. Like, you know, they want to be married because they're looking for somebody to take care of them. It's not like a partnership anymore.
Right. That's true. So, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, is taking care of each other. It's just, you shouldn't get with someone just to take care of you, and that's it. Yeah. There's no love. There's no connection. You know, once the money stops, you're out. Like, that's not a relationship. That's more like a job, right? Meaning, like, you don't have a relationship with your job. You just go there to get the money and then you leave.
Right.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, it was this guy, this white millionaire dude. And he was married, he got married. I think they went to the islands and got married. And soon after he got married, he divorced her. And but he didn't tell her he divorced her. So she went like 20, 30 years thinking that they was married. But in the islands, you don't got to tell the other person that you divorced. So what ended up happening was 30 years later, 40 years later, however much longer they was together, she was like, hey, I'm divorcing you. I want to take half your stuff, blah, 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 and all that for basically no reason. And then now he was just like, well, I already, her lawyer had to tell her, hey, you've been divorced for 30 years now. So now she was thinking like she was getting it for to get all this money when they was already divorced. And I was like, yo, that we probably should put that up, the video up here one day. That junk was crazy. So people do it. People do it for the money.
Yeah, a lot of people, unfortunately. Frenchie says, real talk, some chicks are like that, but you gotta vet well.
Facts.
So how can you give insight on a guy that's not married looking for someone? How can they vet, just for this specific topic, them wanting you for your money?
You gotta get a woman that's humble. So I think the number one thing a guy should look for is a woman that's humble. A woman, if a woman never apologizes to you, that's an issue. It's a problem. So if you've been with a woman for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and she never did anything wrong in those 3 weeks, or like I said, I had to apologize, or I'm sorry, whatever, you already know she's not humble. She's probably not wife material, because a woman that's wife material, she's gonna do something wrong or mess up, and then it's gonna have to apologize, just like you as a man. You gonna mess up and, oh, my bad, baby, I was late picking you up for this date. You know what I'm saying? Or she probably hit you or something like that, or she didn't say sorry. Like you gotta like look at those like small little details, and then now once you find out a woman that's humble, now you find like a trustworthy woman, or you can kind of bring around your friends, your homeboys, your parents, somebody not early in a relationship, but you know what I mean, later on, right? And then try not to be having sex with them so quick, because you're gonna get feelings and emotions and involved. I know some men can, you know what I mean, do it, you know what I mean, and I have feelings attached, but you don't want to be doing that to your wife, because now you're gonna be looking at your wife as like a bust down when she could be actually a good woman. You know what I mean? So I think man should kind of restrain from having so much sex too as well. So that's one thing I would say.
Yeah. So Makeda, you are you're not with someone because of money. So what is your mindset on, like, when before you married your husband? How was your mindset like to not just marry him for his money? What did you think about?
What did I think about? Do you mean like how did I know like I wanted to marry this person?
Yeah.
What draws you to him, basically?
I want to say because I saw like he was an ambitious person. You know, he was someone that, you know, wanted to do something with himself. I want to say also because he was my best friend.
Okay. No, that's good.
That's good.
Y'all putting me on the spot. I don't
No, that's good answers. Like that's facts. Like, yeah.
No, those are good. It's just,
like
you
you seen him
know,
going somewhere. He had a future, and then he was a friend, so that means he was good to talk with you. Y'all had great conversations. You seeing like how he processes things as a woman. He made you feel comfortable. He wasn't a creep around you.
Yeah,
you
he was caring with others. He was just like
Exactly.
always kind of nice.
So you wasn't worrying about his dollars, meaning it didn't matter how much money he had. You was there.
now.
You was there for other reasons.
Yeah, I was there for other reasons. Yeah, we were broke when we met. We didn't have anything.
Hey,
So
that's the
it
best
definitely
time.
wasn't for the money.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the best time to meet somebody for real.
It is. And honestly, I kind of feel bad for people or for men who are settled. And, you know, they have their money, because I do feel like it's kind of hard for them to like seek out a woman that's like not trying to get for his money.
Yeah.
But I also want to say too, like, I feel like it's important for them to see like if she's always asking for stuff or if she's always like expecting something too.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Facts.
Yeah.
Been there, done
that.
What you been there and done, Hustler? Can you share?
Couple years ago, I dealt with a chick who had a similar mindset. I'm always giving her this, buying her that, doing this for her, and it was just a financial burden on me, a financial and a psychological burden. Now, granted, did I get
abuse?
Something like that? Now, granted, did I have access to her sexually? Yes, I did. Did I get to hit? Yes, but you know the old expression, the juice is sometimes not worth the squeeze. Well, I found it out the hard way myself, because I got the cheeks, but it wasn't worth it at the end for all the financial burden she put me through. So I've been there and I'm not going back again.
Hey, I never heard of that.
Hey, Hustler went from an 850 credit score to a 500.
That's funny. You funny. So
you must be psychic, because that is my credit score now. In the 500 plus range.
Hustler, you're single, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, y'all single ladies, he's available. You hear this? He's the type of guy, you know, he seems like a good, genuine guy, and he's very consistent. He's been on here quite a while. You want consistency too. Like, I'm trying to shoot your shot for you. Travel one, right? Travel one said those are ghetto vows. Very, very, very ghetto. Eugene still says That's how some women who think like that, even though they don't say it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Truth Over Emotion says, damn, where y'all get this video?
Yeah, it sounds funny.
What's up, beautifully animated speaks? How are you doing? Thanks for being here once again. When keeping it real gets real. Yes, for sure. Because she was not playing. Yeah. What's up? Hey. Yep. Bad Boy for Life says, I don't have any. So Frenchie says you can start off with choosing a chick who's not superficial and not stuck on name brands, designer, luxury cars. There are signs all around us. Facts. Whether you choose to see them, it's on you.
That's another good one. That's
whether you choose to see them.
He said a better one than me. Good.
Eugene says you just have to watch carefully and see what happens. And he also said throughout your relationship, you have to watch her very carefully, like a fine-tooth comb, and watch for red flags. Right. So the red flags is just basically anything that's dealing with money. She wants it from you, all materialistic things. She's not even looking for love. She's just looking for what you could do for her. Those are big red flags. I don't care how cute she is. Run. Frenchie says it also depends on what stage a woman meets you at as well. Are you growing together or is the man already made?
Yep, we just touched on that. Yep. I think Makeda touched on that one.
Yep. All right. So let's get back into the video.
Don't lose your good paying job with benefits or I'll leave you for someone with good dick and money. I love you.
Oh, so we're about to get into
the main topic.
The main topic. My bad. I meant to say that. We're about to get into the main topic of Kaya, however you guys want to pronounce her name.
My neck.
My neck, my back rapper. You guys already know if you were raised in the 80s, 90s. You already know who that is. The one who made the most ratchet song on the radio. Is there any other song more ratchet than My Neck and My Back?
It's something by Trina.
Oh, yes. That was second to her. Yes.
Hey, how y'all know these songs? Mary went now.
Are we talking about old songs or recently made songs?
These are all old. I can't even play the clip because I'm gonna get.
I want to say Lil Kim's 2000 hit "How Many Licks with Cisco."
Oh, yeah, Lil Kim too. Yeah,
that was.
She's the starter of it all too.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
She brought sexual hip hop to the mainstream. But looking back on what she was making 20 years ago, her videos are way more tame by today's standards. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
She had flair and entertainment value. That's what separates her from these ratchet divas of today. She had entertainment value and flair. And her videos are way more tame by today's standards.
Yeah, that's true. So 25 years later, almost 30 years, she's been out for a minute, right? So she made she had a speech. The speech went viral. If you haven't seen it, we're about to get into it today, and I want to get you guys' opinion. Before we do that, I want to talk about the poll that I created. Can you pull it up real quick? Just go to the poll that I created on YouTube and Instagram. Instagram is always different from YouTube. So on YouTube, I asked, is being single a choice or by default? Okay. Now this is a trick question. By choice or by default? So 30% says by choice. If you haven't voted, you can do that if you like. 50% says by default, and 20% says both. Now on Instagram, let's see what they got. I'm gonna get back in. Let me just end it for a second. So on Instagram, we have, let me see. Instagram is very different, y'all. All right, so we have 44% says by choice, 25% says by default, and 31% says both.
That's kind of similar, right? That was kind of similar numbers.
Yeah, not bad. So we're gonna get into that question because I want us to really dive deep into the question. I say it's a trick question because some people may think of it in a different way. So I want to give insight on that. And we could talk about it after I play this clip.
Oh, you want to read the rest of the comments first? Okay, never mind. We good. No, we not.
Yeah, so we're gonna play the clip.
Shit. Where the real granddaddies at? Y'all stop acting like y'all don't see them niggas working on the side of the road. Take them niggas a motherfucking basket of chicken, hoe. Act like you see that hard-working nigga with that goddamn work motherfucking uniform on. Working nigga. Bitch. Go by the fire department and drop off some biscuits, bitch. Y'all don't appreciate them niggas making $30,000 a year. Y'all keep wanting these fuck niggas that ain't getting you nothing but dick and diseases. Keep it up. I'm going to take my hat off to the hard-working middle-class men out there working hard. Catch him on his lunch break, baby. And on Friday, he going to make sure you got what you need. That was my daddy and granddaddy. Maybe I'm just reminiscing because ain't no more daddies like that no more. Everybody want to be a drug dealer and a rapper. Nobody don't want to be no worker, hard helmet wearing ass worker. You niggas. But we like them boys, men. Real man. Y'all don't want to give him no respect. He don't want nothing but a 6-pack and some money to get back and forth to work. But he gonna make sure that bill's paid and gonna put that dick on you. And gonna be happy when you could go in there and give him that steak and motherfucking mashed potatoes and goddamn salmon. He happy. You bitches better learn how to get your family back in order. God, go to let's talk. You remember when mama used to fry that chicken in that Tupperware bowl and put that goddamn paper towel in it and take that bowl up there to daddy job? I do. When we got that check on Friday, baby, everybody had money. The whole house was happy because daddy was home. You bitches ain't had a daddy at your house. Study want to chase after these niggas, don't give no fuck about you, and want to look down at a real nigga. Y'all better cut that shit out. You gonna be by yourself, bitch. You getting old. You getting old, bitch. All that play shit was in your 19s and 20s, bitch. Get real with yourself. Shit.
All right, she said a lot.
She preaching
Well,
that.
she ain't lying.
Yeah, facts, man. That's when I seen this video early, and I was like, "Yo, like that's what I've been telling, like, especially like the younger women that I like talk to and I work with and stuff. Like, they be having all these unrealistic expectations of what a man is supposed to be because the older women, the women like 30s and their 30s, right over them, they be telling them like, "Hey, you need to get this, you need to get this, you need to get this." And I'm just like, "Yo, you don't have to get all that. You 18, 19 years old. Just get you a guy." Just like Michaela did, she had a man with some ambition that was going somewhere that was going to basically be able to take care of the family. You know what I mean? That's the only thing you need. If you get a good guy that's going to do that, you straight. You don't got to worry about everything else. And then now you have two people, and then now if y'all bring y'all income together, now y'all can actually build a business because you're going to be making more than the average person by themselves is making. You know, so if you have a man making 6 figures, right, and you get with a guy making 55, 60,000 a year, and then you making 55, 6,000 a year, you making 120. He only making 100, right? So you can actually, you know what I mean, do something with that more than what he can. And then now you can put yourself in a position where you don't have to, you know what I mean, you can buy rental properties, you do a whole bunch of different things. So y'all don't have to work in the future. You'll get stuff a lot faster if you work together. It's just crazy, but what's y'all insight? You want to say something? My bad.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I want to dissect this video because she said a lot, but every part of what she said was like very important. So I'm just going to play it and stop it and just talk for a second.
Where the real granddaddies at? Y'all stop acting like y'all don't see them niggas working on the side of the road. Take them niggas a motherfucking basket of chicken, hoe. Act like you see that hard-working nigga with that goddamn work motherfucking uniform on. Working nigga. Bitch. Go by the fire department and drop off some biscuits, bitch. Y'all don't appreciate them niggas making 30.
So just that part alone, right? She's basically saying, give those guys and I don't want to say just those guys, any guy, you got to work for it. So she's saying go give him some biscuits. She's saying go give that man some food. Give him a plate, right? What the one reason why there are some ladies that don't want to do that because they don't even want to give their own husbands a plate. So why would they give a stranger a plate? Why would they even think to do that? Because some women feel like I'm not doing that. I'm not his mother. So already the message is missed because they're like, I'm not giving him no food, but you want him to provide. So I want to see like, how does that make sense? You want him to provide, but you can't give him no food. No, right? That's one part to it. Second part, she's just talking about regular workers that work 9 to 5 or like overnight. Firefighters work like 7 days a week. They have really weird hours. Now, a hard worker, every man that works is a hard working man. This particular man that she's talking about are the guys who let's say some ladies are not interested in because they want him to make a certain financial bracket. So she's saying, why do you want that? The guy that's down the street working at the fire department is very good for you because he's going to be loyal to you. He's going to, be able to do the things that you need, not what you want. Not saying you can't have the things that you want come to play, but the things that you need is more important than the things that you want. Because what you want is a lifetime relationship with your spouse. You want all of that. The things that you want to take away, right? So let's say you divorce them for money. Those are the things you're not looking for that. You want to make sure that you both are striving. So I wanted to break that part down and what I got from it.
There's one part I was gonna say, like it's like when you said you're not feeding your man to give him energy and stuff. And that just made me think like that's like buying a car without putting gas in it. Like you bought a nice car, but you're not gonna put gas in it. Like you giving the energy, for the engine to work. You're giving the engine for the man to work, right? So it's like it's crazy to be like the how low we are as a community right now. But yeah, we look down on those guys, and those guys will be the first one. If you're in danger, they jumping through your window.
Yep. There's a comment on Instagram that says, thank you all for joining. Says women today have been misled by mothers and aunties in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah. That's why I don't blame a lot of women of today, right? Because I understand like y'all been lied to, right? So I say, hey, I just tell them like, hey, it's not all your fault, right? You know what I mean? But you can change, the dynamics, especially by getting married or, especially by finding a good man or finding that being good to your man and different things. And now we can like actually build off that. And now you can be an example for other women to look at and then see like, hey, we can do this, you know what I'm saying? And so we can be successful at it, so I don't blame all the women today, but I would say, hey, y'all have an opportunity to change what's going on.
Yeah, I don't blame anybody. I think, like I said,
I blame the older generation.
We just
men and women.
We just have to recognize real and just change. That's how I see it. Fat Boy for Life says firefighters make good money in my area. Yeah. Very true. They make decent money,
and they got decent hours. Well,
I don't know about the hours, but
they work longer, but they off more days. So
right.
In the year, y'all keep wanting these fuck niggas that ain't getting you nothing but dick and diseases. Keep it up.
So that part, she's obviously talking about the one that the 6 figures. What is it? 6 figures, 6 feet, and 6 inches, right? Mm-hmm. She's talking about that type of guy, the guys that most women want. She's saying those men are going to give you that and diseases because they're what? The most desirable. The most desirable guy, meaning the guy that most women want, the guy that, they have just a lot of women in general because he's just that dude. So you're going to get with that guy. You just have to be careful. You could do what you feel you want to do. Just understand what comes with it. So she's just stating what she believes comes with it. So just to point that out.
I'm going to take my hat off to the hard-working middle-class men out there working hard. Catch him on his lunch break, baby. And on Friday, he going to make sure you got what you need.
I don't want to right now. I'm not trying to talk about the guy who has money and he's a good person because you guys are always going to be able to get women, period. I want to speak about the guys who may not have it like all the way there. Not that they're bad. I want y'all to understand they're not bad at all. what she is saying, they're not bad at all. We're just saying there are more guys out there than this just particular one guy. Make sure your options are open. That is it. You are not giving some of these dudes a chance. They could be good looking and all that, but then you're like, well, how much money you make? Like, think about, I already said this, the movie, Think Like a Man, Taraji with the guy, I forgot his name. The guy with the eyes. I don't know how I forgot his name. Anyway,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I remember that movie. She was a representation of the modern woman back then, the strong, independent woman who feels like she don't need a man. And her girlfriend trying to tell her, Lauren, you're too strong. No man can deal with that. There's no such thing as too strong. Okay, well, you can't find a man to save your life. You come back and tell me that. How that works out for you.
Yeah.
And I still have to give you to the tell you gotta go find it.
Yeah. Facts. I like that movie. They had women holding her accountable too, as well. You know, because we kind of got to like actually show that in our movies. Because a lot of times we just look at the movies and just go off that, right? And then be a lot of toxic stuff, and then we thinking it's okay to do toxic stuff, right? So I'm glad like people are holding each other accountable in the movies. I think we got to do more of that, especially coming from us.
Yeah. And who could forget two can play that game with Morris Chestnut and Vivica A. Fox?
Oh yes,
yeah.
That's true.
To me, that was the OG. I guess you could say like the OG red pill movie, teaching you about female nature and how they move.
Yeah, I like that movie.
That came out in 2001. I was 17, still in high school when that came out. Boy, I feel old.
Yeah.
Makeda, were you gonna say something?
Yeah. So I do hear a lot of girls saying like, oh yeah, I need my man to make this certain amount of money because I got this, and the third to pay for. And I'm just like, yeah, like it's like people go out looking for a man to, you know, pay for their stuff like hair, nails, bills, and all that kind of things. I think it's funny too. I saw this video today. Sorry to go off topic. But it was a girl, she was at work and she was calling her man. Her man had her car. I guess he drives her car around and he doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So she got her friend to drop her off at her house. And when she went to her house, he was sitting there with a whole bunch of homies, just smoking his weed and playing video games. And then she put him on like video and was like, you know, putting him on blast, saying how he doesn't work, he's no good, this and that. And I'm like, but you picked him up. But girls would rather pick him up than get a man with a regular job. So it's things like that I don't understand.
You, my sister.
Man,
I've been noticing that stuff for years and years. You don't want the educated man that's trying to do something with himself, but you want the broke, dusty bum that's just gonna pump and dump you and move on to the next. Ain't that about well, you know.
Yeah. But she could have went to the post office and picked up a good guy from there. But you know, it's like it's easy for women to pick up men, honestly, like in this day and time. Like so, like for her to choose that. I don't. It's just like I think it's like I guess they like the edge. They don't like to be bored. They like to, you know what I mean. I get that, whatever. But it's like you got to take care of yourself. Like,
well, some of those guys, they're not a challenge. Meaning, just think of you or you guys that's on the panel right now. If you, let's say you were single, like Hustler, you are with a lady, and you know she starts to just be a certain way. I'm not saying she's bad. She just has these like things that she needs to kind of get in order, like communication. Mm-hmm. And you would be like, you know, you'll try to handle that. Like, hey, you know, you don't have to talk to me that way or whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay. The other guys, they not doing that. They're the ones that saying, oh, I like that feisty, you know, that attitude, whatever. Not saying that they're going to be having them talk at the side of the neck every time. We already know that they can get checked too by those guys, but a lot of those guys are not giving them any challenge. They're not helping them or both of them get better. They like to stay at that low level. So this is where I said before, I think on one of the panels I was on, is that some ladies just are lazy. So once they get a guy that is educated, they know that this guy is not going to be taking no mess. He's going to look at you at a higher standard because he has a high, you know, a certain level of education that is going to help him, you know, proceed in his life, right? If he picks a certain type of job, he has to be on point at all times. The lady that he chooses next to him has to be the same way. Some ladies don't know how to work and keep that going. Remember the